Great seeping pour! They actually came. Welcome, humans. We greet you with many open arms. Chief Viscosity Officer Wimdu has already told us so much about his new friends. You wish to be our friends? Then of course we'll ally with you. This is the greatest day in Tywom history. We will immediately send emissaries to your homeworld to share technology, coordinate with your leaders, and practice handshakes. So, what would you like to do now, best friend? Does anyone on your ship want a massage? That's going to be tricky. You've already blown up one of their ships. They hate that. Probably not, now that you've shot some of them. It might take a while, but they're going to notice a missing ship. And once that happens, it won't be long until they find Earth. Which isn't going to be pleasant for you. Definitely. That'd slow down the destruction of your people by entire seconds. They're not a big fan of new aliens these days. Though they're not really big fans of us either, to be honest. They haven't accepted anyone new into their empire in several centuries. I wouldn't count on them making an exception for you. Because again, you did completely kill one of their ships. Look, we know you have a lot of gumption, and spirit, and nuclear weapons. So many nuclear weapons. What is wrong with you anyways? Well, even with those, you have primitive spaceships, and you don't understand hyperspace, and you only know like half the digits of pi. So no, you cannot fight the scribe. Not alone, at least. Also, no. Thanks for asking, though. We would be a big help. We know how hyperspace works, at least. But we're just not big fans of getting squished by the scribe. That was you! Oh, glop me. That is not a distinction they will make at all. They're going to kill the heck out of us! Having friends is dangerous. Maybe being unpopular was some kind of evolutionary defense for our people. Wow. You are definitely the first person who's ever told us that. But maybe you're right. Maybe there are other aliens you have something in common with. We've seen lots of battle-damaged scribe ships in the last few years, which suggests someone out there is already fighting them, though we have no idea who would do such a thing. Shooting the scribe sounds like the kind of cool activity people tend to not include us in. There are lots of aliens around here, but most of them aren't that consequential. The scribe mostly just leave them be. Until they become consequential, that is, and then... pow! It's weird that the scribe have taken such an interest in you, in fact. because you are extremely inconsequential. I guess you just have that kind of look to you. The look which makes evil alien empires want to wipe you out. Anyways, if you're looking for aliens who might be able to actually help you, you'll be better off talking to the Scribe's ward species. Not all of which actually like the Scribe that much. There's the Mouquet. They have lots of tentacles, so you'd think they'd be good at hugging, but they don't seem into it. Their homeworld is in the Beta Pavo system. Then there's the Mengmak. They're pretty friendly. A bunch of their ships are in the Speaker constellation. But we've seen them in lots of other places too. Oh, and then there's the Drenkend. They're some kind of living weapon. They really like the Scribe and really like killing things for the Scribe. So we don't hang around them too much. You can find them in the Alpha Uxor system if you like being killed. Also, there's the Scribe. They're everywhere. Though that's probably not that helpful. So, what are you going to do? I mean, what are we going to do? Glop! You are so cool! Let us know if there's anything we can do to help. You can have as many hugs as you need. Also, perhaps more relevantly, please feel free to commandeer any Tywom vessels that you require. I can assure you, the Tywom on board will be more than happy to come with you. More than happy. Like, it'll be weird. Like what? Best friend ever? You want to hang out with us? I mean, sure. Sure we have a ship you can borrow. It's no big deal. You want to hang out with us? I mean, sure. Sure we have a ship you can borrow. It's no big deal. You want to hang... I mean, sure. You want to hang... I mean, sure. So the thing is, these things actually cost us money. We can't keep giving them to you for free, friend. Maybe later? A lot of our technology is mucus-based and probably not what you're after. Unless it is. Is it? I can tell by your face that it isn't. Is there anything else, best friend? Anything for our best friends. What do you want to know? We're just nice, honest monopods trying to make our way in this galaxy. Our civilization is founded on the principles of lubrication, building ramps instead of stairs, and friendship. Oh, it's lovely and lonely. There are only Tywom here now. All the other animals got tired of us and left. We think they taught themselves how to work a spaceship, and all piled into one and left the planet. The good news is, the plants stayed. They're not going anywhere. We can tell they want to, though. Okay, it's like this. We suck. We know that. It's fine. Everyone tells us all the time. That's very nice of you to say. though I suspect your opinion will change with time. And that's where the spying comes in. Someone who hasn't met us yet can't know how much we suck. So we regularly keep an eye out for young alien species on the verge of developing hyperspace travel. And we wait. And we watch. Oh, that's nothing. Your human language is easy to learn. It's like a baby's language. Every alien out there will be able to understand what you're saying. That's because deep down, Tywom are, to an individual, incredibly unpopular. It wasn't always the case. We believe the ancient Tywom who first crawled out of the swamp were much more fun to be around. They were all handsome and athletic and had the firmest of handshakes. But a horrible plague swept across the planet, killing everyone it made contact with. Only those isolated from other Tywom survived. It is, but we're over it now. The lucky souls who survived rebuilt the Tywom civilization, but passed on all the traits which made them so isolated in the first place. Okay, it's like this. We suck. We know that. It's fine. That's very nice. And that's someone who... So we regularly keep an eye and we watch. We did. You're one of the highest rated potential friends we've ever come across. You should be honored and not creeped out at all. Like what, best friend ever? The Scribe are officially our bestest friend. Unofficially, they're awful and we hate them. About 600 years ago, we took our first dip into hyperspace, which was detected by Scribe ships looking for that kind of thing. You cannot imagine how happy our people were to see their warships appear in orbit and tell us they were now our friends. We felt it was implied. As the new servants/best friends of the Scribe, we earnestly set to our new duties in their empire. The Scribe saw that we had keen, inquisitive minds, and told us not to use those. So they set us up researching new forms of adhesive to be used in Scribe manufacturing. It's a small role, but it's also an unimportant one, they explained to us. For the most part, the Scribe ignore us, or pretend their radios don't work when we're around. Which is actually preferable to them paying attention to us. Which usually results in one of their spaceships landing on us. They've been the dominant species since before history began. That's their words, not ours. Not that we've questioned it. They have a habit of shooting us when we ask questions like that. Also, when we don't ask questions like that. They really like shooting us is the main thing. No, they're very powerful. They have big arms and big legs and also a pair of extra legs in case the first two legs get tired, which they rarely do. And they have the toughest ships, and the most of them. We know humans are particularly good at shooting things. No other alien we've heard of has ever made quite as many nuclear weapons as you have. But you'd be fools to engage a full-strength Scrive task force. None that we know of. Maybe the Pinthi, but we try not to talk to them. There are signs of another race, though. One that disappeared long ago. No one knows their true name. Everyone just calls them the Precursors. You'll find their artifacts lying around every now and then. If anyone has, the Scribes sure don't talk about it. Like what, best friend ever? A lot of the Scribe vessels we've seen lately have suffered some damage in battle. We're not too sure what's happening. But they keep accusing us of working with the rebels, and then shooting us for it. Which suggests something's definitely up. But we don't actually know who's involved. That's the kind of cool activity people like to leave us out of. Do you want to know anything else, best friend? Hyperspace is above, below, and a little to the left of regular space. It's also a little bit redder. The net effect of all this is that with the hyperdrive, a ship can travel faster than the speed of light. Which is handy. Otherwise, it would have taken you 20 or 30 years to get here. One quirk of hyperspace, which your small, dry minds might be struggling with, is how two-dimensional it looks. There's a very good reason for that, which I advise you not to think about too much. It's why all stars can be charted in hyperspace with simple 2D coordinates. Another side effect is that, from the perspective of someone perpendicular to hyperspace, there are still constellations. Perpendicular space. I know this is all new to you. You're doing so well. Your hyperspace map contains all of the constellations generally accepted by spacefaring races in these parts. The hyperspace module has filled it in with the names of some of the stars most familiar to you. But the further out you go, the more it will resort to Scribe standardized star names. Most are words from ancient Scribe tongues, or the names of famous scientists or particularly corrupt politicians. Your translator will have filled in appropriate analogs from your people's culture. Is there anything else, best friend? Please hurry back. We can hang out anytime.